All right, joining me right now, former Trump 2016 economic advisor, Mr. Andy Puzder. Andy, what do you think?
I thought the speech was a grand slam. It was probably one of the best State of the Union speeches I've seen in my lifetime. It was it hit all the great points. You know, he had a lot to work with. The economy's doing so terrifically well, but it was not partisan. It was very honest. It was very substantive. It reached out to the other side. It did everything you would want a president to do in a State of the Union address. It was great. And I love the line about if we're going to have peace and legislation, we can't have war and investigation. It was really well done.
There were a lot of good lines in there. I
Yes.
do think it was brilliantly written, well crafted. It told a story, and it had a lot of optimism in it, which is so, I think, intrinsic with who he is. And you know, that's important right now. Don't underestimate that, right? You know, as a former CEO of CKE Restaurants, optimism matters, doesn't it, sir?
It matters a lot. And I'll tell you, one of the things that really got me, and I'll bet it got you too, knowing you, is that when he said, we were born free and we will stay free, and the camera went to Bernie Sanders and he didn't applaud, he didn't stand up. Now that's, how do you not stand up for we were born free and we will stay free? That tells you everything you need to know about Bernie Sanders and his socialist comrades. They're not for American freedom. They're not for your freedom. They want your money, they want your freedom, and they want the government to be empowered. That's really all you need to know not to vote for them this next election.
Yeah, well put. Very, very well put. Alarming, scary, but I have a lot of faith in America. I really do. And so when he says we will not be a socialist nation, Andy, I believe him. And I believe him because I think that when you go out there and you talk to everyday Americans, they still believe in opportunity and they still want to dream and they do not want to live in a world where the government takes it all and redistributes everything that you earn because somebody else can't figure out how to do it themselves. We can be there for safety nets, Andy, but do we not need to empower every single American to be the best that they can be?
We absolutely do, and we need to educate young Americans as to what socialism is and what capitalism is and the results of adopting these different economic theories. There was a poll a couple years ago that said 69%, over 2/3 of millennials couldn't properly define socialism or capitalism. And they're fed the notion that capitalism is based on greed and socialism is based on benevolence, and an education system controlled by progressives and a media complex that feeds them leftist ideology as entertainment. We need to educate American youths. I hope they were watching the State of the Union speech. I hope they're seeing what President Trump is doing for the economy. More people working, higher wages, taking more money home. We're in this dynamic, wonderful economy. It should be resonating. I hope it's resonating.
I hope so, too. I hope so, too. Andy Puzder, thank you so much.
Thank you, Trish.
Coming up, President...